The world stands on the edge of a technological revolution, one that's transforming everything from medicine to transportation. And right now, China is taking the first bold steps into that future, leaving many competitors far behind. Are we ready for what's coming? Dozens of flying cars soar above the Shanghai skyline. Like a flock of metallic birds, they glide silently through the air. This isn't science fiction. It's China's EVL, or electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicles, redefining urban transport. In just 2 years, China turned the dream of air taxis into reality and surged ahead of the West. The secret? Solid-state batteries with a stunning 500 watt-hours per kilogram energy density, giving these craft a 250-mile range, roughly the distance from New York to Washington. Take the EHang 216S, for instance. It carries 2 passengers up to 19 miles and recharges in just 10 minutes. Meanwhile, the AeroFood cargo drone hauls half a ton of supplies across remote mountain regions unreachable by trucks. The scale is, honestly, staggering. While the United States still debates testing regulations, China has already logged over 10,000 commercial flights and built a factory in Guangzhou capable of producing 1,000 EVLs a year. This shift means traffic jams could soon vanish, and urban flight might become an everyday convenience. Yet there's a darker edge. The same platforms could power military drones, shifting the balance of power in the region. In Chinese megacities, autonomous taxis have become part of daily life. You step outside, open an app, and within a minute a driverless car pulls up. No human behind the wheel. These robo-taxis have already carried over 7 million passengers. At the heart of the system is Baidu's Apollo AI, which analyzes 1,000 traffic scenarios per second, 5 times more than the American Waymo, which handles only about 200. China's robo-taxis have clocked 20 million accident-free miles, equal to 10 trips around the planet. While the United States tests self-driving fleets in 5 cities, China operates them in 65. And with fares around $2 to $3 per ride, they're 3 times cheaper than regular taxis. By 2030, this market could hit $50 billion. The benefits? Traffic congestion may drop by 30%, and emissions could be cut in half. But again, there's a cost. Up to 2 million human drivers could lose their jobs. Imagine a workplace where your colleague is a humanoid robot, not just assembling cars, but running marathons. This isn't fiction, it's China, 2025. While Western companies showcase single prototypes, China's humanoids are already working in factories, assisting in hospitals, and even competing in sports events. Take the Unitree G1, priced at around $16,000. That's 10 times cheaper than Boston Dynamics' equivalent. It's become a social media sensation, performing complex acrobatics and dances. The JR1 medical robot can lift a 110-pound patient, equivalent to an adult man. In April 2025, 21 humanoids ran in the Beijing Half Marathon. Some even outpaced human runners. But the biggest leap is industrial. In BYD factories, Walker S1 robots now perform 70% of production tasks, cutting costs by a third. China's goal by 2025, 500 humanoids per 10,000 workers, 5 times more than the United States. They'll make production cheaper and elder care more accessible, but could also replace millions of jobs. A new generation of AI systems has arrived, solving complex math problems better than professors and writing code more efficiently than professional developers. In 2025, China's DeepSeek and QW models sparked a global AI revolution. While Western labs chase ever larger model sizes, China's approach focuses on intelligence per parameter. Smarter, not bigger. The DeepSeek R1, with 671 billion parameters, solves 80% of International Math Olympiad problems, writes code with 66% accuracy, and consumes 20 times less energy than similar Western models. Its smaller sibling, QW30B, with just 32 billion parameters, outperforms many Western AIs and can run on a regular gaming PC. Even more impressive, using QW30B costs just 20 cents per million queries, cheaper than a cup of coffee. And with open source access, thousands of developers are already building financial, logistics, and sports analytics tools atop these models. But this dominance comes with a warning. China now controls 70% of the global AI component supply chain, giving it a strategic advantage in the next digital era. A man once fully paralyzed can now communicate just by thinking. This is the power of China's brain-computer interface breakthroughs. In 2025, Chinese researchers outpaced even Elon Musk's Neuralink, using non-invasive devices that require no surgery. The BrainTalker headset looks ordinary, yet lets users type 50 words per minute using thought alone, faster than average manual typing. Another innovation from Tianjin University achieves 100 times the efficiency of Western prototypes while consuming 1,000 times less power. By 2027, doctors plan to use these systems to restore movement and speech to stroke and spinal injury patients. Tests on primates show 95% accuracy in controlling robotic limbs. But there's a new ethical dilemma. If BCIs can read thoughts, who controls that data? Picture a computer solving in hours what a supercomputer would take millions of years to process. That's not future talk. That's China's 2025 quantum leap. While Western labs still test prototypes, China is mass-producing quantum chips and has built the first global quantum communication network. The Zhuchangji G3 quantum computer performs molecular simulations 1,000,000 times faster than US machines. And the 504QX Xeon chip, developed by the Chinese Academy of Sciences, is now the world's most powerful, driving advances in AI, cryptography, and materials science. Meanwhile, the MOSI satellite enables absolutely secure data transmission across continents, supported by a 3,000-mile quantum ground network, already serving banks and government agencies. The implications are massive. Drug development will accelerate, logistics will get cheaper, and data security could be rewritten, for better or worse. Because those same systems could also break modern encryption, putting global cybersecurity at risk. Now imagine, for a moment, a nuclear reactor that can't melt down, needs no water cooling, and runs on fuel that lasts 20,000 years. This isn't science fiction. It's China's thorium reactor, already operational in the Gobi Desert. The TMSR LF1 molten salt reactor replaces solid fuel with liquid thorium salt, making it inherently safe. Even in an accident, the fuel simply solidifies. No Fukushima-style disasters possible. Thorium is abundant, non-weaponizable, and just 2 pounds of it can generate as much energy as 500,000 pounds of coal. Its waste remains dangerous for only 500 years compared to 10,000 for traditional nuclear waste. By 2029, China will start its first 60-megawatt commercial plant, and by 2035, plans to deploy dozens more. This could mean cheap, clean, and safe power, but also a world where China dominates global energy infrastructure. A future without Western technology, it's already here. Meet Huawei's Ascend 910D, the Chinese processor that in 2025 challenged NVIDIA's dominance in the AI chip market. The secret behind its success lies in its homegrown architecture. Manufactured by SMIC using a 7-nanometer process, the Ascend 910D delivers performance on par with NVIDIA's flagship H100, but costs 30% less. The true breakthrough, however, is scalability. A cloud matrix cluster of 384 Ascend chips produces 300 petaflops of computing power, twice as fast as NVIDIA's best AI systems. The trade-off? Energy consumption, nearly 4 times higher. Still, the message is clear. The technological map of the world is shifting. China can now train its own large-scale AI models independently of Western chips or sanctions, a move that could double or even triple the pace of Chinese AI development. But this also raises the risk of a deep technological divide. Imagine a world where medicine grows in bioreactors, fuel comes from algae, and animal feed is made from industrial waste. This is not a vision of tomorrow. It's China's bioproduction revolution of 2025. While the West debates green policies, China is turning biotechnology into a new economic engine. The key lies in innovation. Chinese scientists now convert carbon dioxide from steel factories into 5,000 tons of protein feed per year, enough to feed 1 million pigs. Other bioreactors powered by genetically modified bacteria are producing life-saving cancer drugs up to 10 times cheaper than before. On a global scale, China already controls 24% of the world's pharmaceutical production, surpassing Europe and rapidly catching up with the United States. Soon, biotech investment will double, and the number of new Chinese-made drugs will triple. What does that mean for the rest of us? Medicine may become cheaper and cleaner, but also dominated by China, just as it did with solar panels a decade ago. Now imagine an operating system that runs flawlessly on phones, watches, TVs, and even cars, all synchronized in real time. This is Harmony OS, developed by Huawei. Already installed on over 1 billion devices, it has become a serious challenger to Android and iOS. The secret? Its microkernel architecture, just 1,000th the size of Linux, making it blazing fast and extremely secure. Harmony OS connects every gadget into a single ecosystem, sharing resources automatically. You can start a movie on your phone, continue on your TV, no cables, no pairing. After US sanctions, Huawei went even further, developing Harmony OS Next, a completely independent system with, no trace of Android code. Already, 4,000 major apps have been adapted, with projections to hit 1 million by 2025. The result? In China, Harmony OS has overtaken iOS, capturing 17% of the market. For users, this means smoother performance and true cross-device freedom. But globally, it hints at a coming digital split, one world running Western systems, the other on Chinese technology. Imagine a train that actually flies above its tracks, reaching speeds of 621 miles per hour. That's even faster than a Boeing 737. And, this is no fantasy. It's China's maglev revolution in action. By 2025, a brand new 30-mile line between Changsha and Liuyang will become the fastest train route on Earth. The technology relies on magnetic levitation, which lets trains float without any physical contact, so there's basically no friction, no vibration, and barely any noise. It's also eco-friendly, cutting energy use by 20% compared to conventional high-speed trains. And, well, China isn't stopping there. They're already testing vacuum maglev tunnels, where trains reach 387 miles per hour in environments with almost zero resistance. Pretty soon, a trip from Beijing to Shanghai could drop from 5 hours to just 90 minutes, making it even faster than flying. The transport revolution is here. But while China builds lines worth $1.4 billion, Europe and the US are still debating similar projects. Picture a world where holograms actually replace video calls, and drones fly in perfect formation without even a hint of lag. This is 6G, and China is already leading the race. While most nations are still rolling out 5G, Chinese engineers have already approved 3 core standards for 6G networks as early as 2024. The leap in performance is honestly astonishing. 100 gigabits per second data speeds. That's 50 times faster than 5G. Microsecond latency, which allows for real-time remote surgeries, and 10 million connected devices per square mile. In this kind of world, every streetlight, car, and road will exchange information in real time, forming a planet-wide neural network. 6G isn't just about faster internet. It's really the nervous system of the digital planet, powered by AI integration at its core. Field tests are already running in Beijing and Shanghai, with commercial rollout expected by 2030. The implications? It's going to redefine transportation, medicine, and communication. But it will also hand immense control to whoever owns the network infrastructure. Now, just picture the world in 2050, where Chinese technology sets the global standards in energy, medicine, communication, and AI. This isn't fiction, it's honestly a likely scenario. While Western countries debate regulation, China is busy building the future itself, shaping a new technological world order. By 2030, thorium reactors will power 10% of Asia, quantum computers will break modern encryption, and brain-computer interfaces will become mainstream consumer devices. But, the real shift will happen in geopolitics. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, China will export not just infrastructure, but entire technology ecosystems. Thorium reactors to the Middle East, quantum networks to Africa, medical BCIs to Latin America, each bundled with political strings attached. The message is honestly pretty clear. The world stands at the edge of a new technological order. The West is already 5 to 10 years behind in critical areas. Without urgent investment, something like $50 billion, it risks being pushed to the periphery of digital civilization. But the greatest threat isn't just falling behind, it's actually splitting apart. If we fail to create shared standards for AI, quantum tech, and biointerfaces, we may end up in two completely opposing tech worlds. These aren't just headlines, they're warning signs. The future is arriving faster than anyone expected. Some will simply watch it unfold, others will build it. The only question left is, which side will you be on?